Here we are on Sunday the 15th of March. Happy birthday to my sister Bronwyn and to my friend Sonia. So it would appear that my emotional reaction to all the stuff going on is to get very, very angry and very hostile, which is common. Not as easy for other people to deal with. I think my husband would prefer me to be in tears. I just don't seem to be able to cry. I just am very angry, very irritable, very impatient, very frustrated. My tone is nasty. And I've been telling everybody that I'm wearing incredibly well-fitting cranky pants. And I don't know how to switch it off. The only thing I know how to do is isolate myself. I did spend some time planning what support I can think of right now in terms of the business and the parts of the things that I do that I could use some help with. I'm obviously not going to be able to just take the time off, which is what I had ideally would have loved, is to have had 3 months off. But it doesn't look like I'm going to have the financial resources to do that, which is, or if I do, I'm not going to have a person up and ready and into a general manager's role in the next 3.5 weeks. And the risk of putting the wrong person in, I mean, I could come back in 3 months' time and not have a business at all. So this is very much making me think about the book that I was planning to write this year about making your work well, so that you have all of the health resources you need to be able to do the job that you want to do. It's very easy for me to go to a place of overwhelm and then I just shut down. But I think it's important for me to remember that in the midst of all of this is happening in the middle of the COVID-19 virus pandemic, which interestingly enough has changed the way my surgery is allowed to happen. I'm not going to talk about that too much. I still have surgery. I just don't have as many choices. And it's not all being done in the hospital at the same time. Go figure. Anyway. But there is just so much uncertainty for everybody. And like this has been going on for me since last October, when John had his surgery while I was in the US. And then I came back. Well, he had his exploratory surgery while I was in the US. I came back. That had been a really great time for me. But then we found out he actually had cancer. Then we had the really big, horrible, terribly frightening threat of amputation diagnosis, trying to work all of that out and all the investigations that needed to go along with that. Then that got essentially downgraded, praise God. Then we've had bushfires and we've had flooding and we've had communities be completely decimated here while he was going through his chemo and cancer recovery. And then as he goes in to have surgery to have his repaired, I get my diagnosis, which went from you need to prepare to lose a breast to, we're just going to take out the lumps now. Which kind of makes me feel stupid, like I've prepared myself for something much worse than what I'm going to have. And then how do you feel? I feel guilty about that. But anyway, I don't get it. I don't get my emotions. I don't get my feelings. I'm just really concerned about how I cope with. I've just opened up my inbox. I'm just like, holy crap, I do not know how to deal with all the stuff. And I'm reducing my workload and I'm reducing my workload and I'm reducing my workload, but it just doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. So I've got 3.5 weeks before I go into surgery. And of course now I'm wanting to have everything finished in 3.5 weeks, which is completely impossible. It's day surgery. And it's the week before Easter, so I can essentially give myself 2 weeks off without it being any more detrimental to the business. Far out, Brussels sprout. This is tough.